Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we are going to be talking none other with Sean Gooden. This man went to his Australia Ultimate Online Cup, and he took the W, and that was with none other than Red Yellow Hybrid. So let's dive into the video and talk about it. He got second place. So guys, we have none other than Sean Gooden from the UK, and with his second place list.
Australia.
Australia. Well,
Yeah.
sorry. I am way too early for this, and it's way late for him. But
That's great.
he took a very special variant to his Ultimate Cups, which I don't even think in the English side yet has this deck topped. So let's dive into the video and tell us about your matchups. What did you face first, Sean?
Well, I'm pretty sure I versed the green hybrid first. It was kind of funny because with the yellow part to this, he started suspending my tamers with the Agumon, and then pulled out a Shivamon, but I just used an ancient, walked into it, swung over it with piercing, and took a bunch of security, hit a Wyvern's Breath in security, so it killed one of his as well, which was just kind of crazy for it to happen.
Okay.
Yeah. The second one I'm pretty sure was in Pilgrimon. That was kind of easy because, I got Crimson Blaze in here, Atomic Blaster, so that was great. And then the next matchup was in Pilgrimon again. Blue Hybrid was kind of easy. I just had to hold on to a Blinding Ray for most of it. And then, use Atomic Inferno.
Okay.
Take out a bunch of stuff. Hope the guys died to security checks, so nothing left on board. Lilithloop, which they decked out twice, but they almost decked me out with Creepymon, where I had 2 cards left, but they couldn't put anything back in their deck.
Okay.
And then Red Hybrid, which just took out everything because they didn't check any options in security. And then just 2 yellow hybrids, which I ended up outpacing because they kept healing, but I kept swinging for huge checks. They'll die, and then I'll just bring back for more checks.
Yeah.
So that's always fun. And then Holy Flame came in clutch as well, which was great.
Okay.
So that's always fun.
Sounds like you had a very spicy list and nobody was expecting how to play around because, again, you have like a on-off switch basically. Oh, I'm gonna take the long recovery game and then go into now I'm ready to just do massive damage.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I toured everyone except for the Red Hybrid, which they toured me. But I mean, Red Hybrid's pretty strong once they get their stack, and the only one can't really do anything.
Yeah. I mean, what your best bet is to hope that you have a Suzanomon in that security so that they hit into it.
I mean, not when it's 18 or 19k, you can't really stop that. So you'd have to buff your security a bunch.
Well, that's what one's a Zoe and a Zephyrmon would be enough to buff it.
Probably, but by the time it's turn 3 and they do it, you can't really get it out in that amount of time.
Yeah, that's true.
You need to hard drop it, draw it, and hope the Susanna even gets to your security. Because if it's not even in there, it's just game over.
You're not wrong.
But I mean, the guy was thinking about playing the yellow variant, which was kind of funny because I was thinking about playing the red today, so that's great.
There you go. But it looks like you got rewarded for playing yellow-red hybrid, so let's dive into this breakdown video, shall we?
Yeah. So I basically only run 4 level 2s, Baby Demon, because the piercing gives you plus 2,000.
Yep. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Rotate the Babitas 180.
Flip them around?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
So Baby Demons are pretty great. And then we only run 4 level 3s, which, hold on. It's hard to do it flipped, but 4 level 3s, which is the Piercing Flame one.
Okay.
Which is pretty good. And then only 3 promo Gunimons because this Flamemon, given it piercing, makes it 6k, which can swing over Flame Dramons if you verse Armor Rush, which is great, or other things.
Okay.
Then you've got your basic yellow hybrid profile, so just 4 Kazemon, 4 Zephyrmon, 4 Jet Sylphimon, and then the last ultimate is kind of like a Tekken, like spicy, and it's just Ikaimeramon.
Okay.
So some people didn't know that you can actually fuse these two, and Ancient Greymon still gains Security Plus off Yellow Digimon.
Yeah, because
they're
it's
still
hybrid. Yep.
Yeah. And then we only run 4 level 6s, 2 Refinements fall downs, and 2 Ancient Greymons. Because, well, you need that recovery, which just brings back another, and you can Chimera for extra things or extra damage next turn if they kill it. And then if this dies, it just brings back something else, so it's like pretty good. And you can opt to play something if this dies, so you don't have to play something like in a blue hybrid matchup. Just not play that from your hand and just Digivolve it next turn.
Okay.
1 Susanemon, because most of the time you're taking out the security really early, and if it comes late game, you got Wyvern's Breaths and stuff to kind of deal with other Susanemons.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so most people think you'd be playing 2, so they'll try to counter a second, and then you just remove it. 4 Zoes, because, I mean, this searches every red piece, including the Ancient Greymon, and every yellow except for the Refinements. So, if you need, you can take the Agunimon, Flamemon, Ancient Grey, or if you need any yellow pieces, you can just take that.
Okay.
And most of the time, you just replace your Digimon with options, which is kind of nice.
There you go.
3 TKs, because TK is just broken still. Like, you had to take anything, recover it back, and yeah. Something that came in clutch a lot were 3 TK Karis, because, I mean, you get the extra memory, just bait people to attack you, especially if you're setting up too quick.
Okay.
2 Karis, because, you know, re-evolution into Jet Sylphie, or a 3 cost for your Fanny, or a 2 cost if you get 2 down.
Or your tamer's down to 3 costs or 2 costs, which is nasty.
Yeah, it's this being a 1 cost can really fuck people over, which is kind of nice. You also get 1 Digimon Emperor.
Okay.
It just forces people to evolve in their raising, giving you that extra amount of time to pull an Agunimon out and warp it, or heal that extra amount if you need.
Okay, so how often did the Emperor actually come up?
Quite often, against Yellow Hybrid, every time they would gain 2 off the Cody, they would lose the 2. So every time they would promote or anything, it just kind of came in clutch, especially against Patamon. That was great.
Yeah, because then it would automatically pass turn and they can't apply more pressure. Okay. I see where you're going with the spice.
Tamer, it just, yeah. Also, it does card draw, so if you delete something, like swing through it, you draw something, do that, or drop something and you delete it, you get to draw something. Wyvern's Breath, because this is one of the best options, especially in yellow against Armor Rush, if you ever come across them, but I didn't come across any. This card is actually kind of funny. Most people like Atomic Blaster, but 3 Crimson Blazes. It shuts down purple. It can shut down so many things. If a deck is swarming you, like Lilith Loop, and this comes out of security, it just stops their entire turn almost sometimes, so they can't play more. Stops Eismon, which is kind of great.
Punishment is punishment.
Yeah, it really is. The Atomic Inferno is even funnier because it works for yellow hybrids too. So Jet Sylphie with 2 of these, and it's 13k, exactly like Ancient.
Oh God!
Yeah, 3 checks too. It actually won me a game against yellow hybrid. I brought out an Agunimon. They checked this in security. I swung, hit a tamer. Next check, another tamer. Brought out a Zephyrmon, and then ended up swinging for 2 checks, and then blinding Ray for game with another hybrid. And they'll let 4, which is kind of funny because they didn't see it coming. This thing, which is broken, reinforcing memory boost.
Oh yeah. I look at top 2 deck cards. I want this on top, which is usually a removal or a tamer, and then take the piece that you needed. Like, that's just so nasty.
Yeah. This card also came in clutch against Impildramon. It shuts down their Dragon Mode. They just can't play anything from it, which is kind of funny.
Okay.
Atomic Blaster for, level 5s you want to deal with. Or if you want to deal with a whole swarm of things, like today against an Impildramon, I took care of 2 Vmons and a X Vmon because I hate jamming. So that was great. 1 Holy Flame, because that card comes in clutch sometimes, especially as a one-of, because no one expects it. And then Blinding Ray, which for some reason not many people play anymore when I verse them. They didn't use it or anything, so it always comes in clutch when you really need it.
I mean, you have like the hottest spicy one-ofs right now, and it's just like that worked.
Yeah. Like another great play is, let's say you're at 3, you use Kari to make the Jet Sylphie a free cost, and just use an Atomic Inferno for the 1 cost instead. You can get 2 checks really early on, which is great, but you have to pick carefully when you attack, or else it can come to bite you in the ass.
Yeah. It's all about timing and stuff like that, and that's huge. But
yeah.
Any changes you would make to this list? Like, decided that it wasn't fundamentally worth running?
I'll try to Tekken an Aldemon, mainly so if I Chimera, I can put it underneath. Just so this doesn't check options, because that would be kind of great. Like, although I wouldn't take out any of these, and I'd keep these the same, and the level 6 is the same.
Okay.
Because they're not your win con, they're more of you can swing with all the level 4s and rush them with it, but this is just scary when you hold this in your raising. They can't do anything to it while it's in your raising, and you just promote for a huge swing.
Okay.
And then
what would you take out to put in the Alderman? That's like the $1 million question here. Like, it seems like a very tight list.
The only thing I can think of is an Atomic Inferno, but it put in so much work today, that's the problem.
I could see possibly TK Kari. Just one of those. Being at 2 is just fine. I would think making that into the Alderman might work.
It did come in clutch today, though, because I saw it all the time. So against the mirror match with Yellow Hybrid, even though this isn't, this is just Red-Yellow Hybrid, but it came in clutch because I ended up getting 3 on them on field with a Kari and a TK.
Okay.
So at a point, I just started lowering my own security with Blinding Ray, and it kind of helped a lot. Or when they started swinging into me because they had to. Eventually, I could just Susanna and keep turn, but I'd only use him if I was about to deck out against him to redo everything. I would probably, definitely just take out Atomic Inferno, I think. Okay. A great combo is if you get these 2 on field and have this under it, merge him and take one of the Agunis from your trash underneath, and then your Ancient's just a 1 cost.
That is nuts.
Yeah, you can go from 3 memory to 0 and just go straight into an Ancient with, let's say you have 2 of these on top of here, that's 3, 4, 5, and then 6 checks. And then if Aldemon, that would probably be pretty great. Especially with the plus 2k.
Yeah, for real. Like, it's such a tight list.
It is. It's hard to change things. Like, I would want to change the Emperor, but then he just helps with draw power and stopping people. And then Susanna's kind of, you use it like an option, but with a body. So people can't really stop that. Like last game against Yellow Hybrid, someone just ended up hard dropping Susanna on me, and I just retaliated back with going for game. His 5 memory was good. My friend who was playing Blue Hybrid ended up Digivolving to Susanamon, giving me 6 memory, I believe it was. And then because I had TK Kari out, I just went straight to 7 and I could go for game. Just Ancient Grey, the last 3 of his security, and then I also had what's it called? I had an Impildramon player just try to out me with a Magnamon until he evolved it, hit the Holy Flame, and then I was able to bring this out and swing his last 3 checks because he was trying to block it. He suspended Zephyro, and then I just had Tamus that could Digivolve the Blinding Ray as well, which was great.
Man, it seems like everything went right for you today. I think you
It
played
did.
extremely well by the sounds of it. Like, dude, this is impressive.
I mean, there is a blue variant of this, but I don't like to play blue. My friend made a blue one, but then I worked on this since BT7 to try combat blue hybrid, mainly because Ancient just got shut down by it. And that
Hmm.
was like the hardest part about the Tommy, so I ended up just building this, and it recovers enough so you can keep swinging.
I can definitely see that. And with Chimeramon alone, that just resets up everything that you might be losing out on.
Yeah, I mean, it happened against a blue hybrid, and even at locals 2 weeks ago against my friend, Ashivamon suspended one of my tamers, so I digivolved one, Plung. He had no more cards left in security. Digivolved the suspended tamer and just chimeraed the game. Same with the blue hybrid. He ended up freezing one of mine, digivolved one, swung, digivolved another, swung, and then I just had to merge two together to get the last check.
Yeah, and that's always that just little finite. I just need one more swing at free. I can't pay anything more, and just boom, go in.
It also just takes care of pesky little things like 3k, so you just drop something and you go the ancient combo with it, just swing over it for piercing.
Oh
Kind of
yeah,
fun. Or I didn't verse Mastermon today, but Crimson Blaze usually puts in the work against Mastermon. Most of the level 5s are 6k, so you stop their stuff. The Lilith tried to play the option card to play what's it called? The Lucymon.
okay.
And because I played Crimson Blaze, he couldn't use it. He played it, and then he realized after he played it, and I was like, "Oh, this is just luck for me." Like people just keep forgetting about second effect because they're too, determined on what they're doing for their turn.
Mm-hmm.
But this deck can be really offensive and also defensive at the same time, which is nice.
Yeah, you kind of have like this mid-range style of play right now. That's basically I can be a little bit of a wall tank, but I can also apply so much pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm pretty sure by EX2 because we don't have it in Australia till Friday, I think, or 17th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm stuck playing this, but it's fun, and I don't really know if I could add anything to this. Like, I mean, it kind of just works too well.
Yeah. I mean, what's scary about right now is that with you guys getting EX2 so late, you guys have the following weekend is basically your BT9
Yeah,
if
so
there's
we
no
get a little bit of
delays.
fun with that, and then BT9, I'd probably just swap this out for the X antibody version of it, where it kills 10k, just so you can, kill a level 5 and something small.
Yep.
And
Um
it's only a 6 cost, so
yeah, and I mean, you could probably take out TK Kari at that point and put in the Tai and Kari because that card's just fair.
yeah, just get myself lower, which would be great. Um, might end up like running just one of them and two.
Yeah.
Although Sunrise Blaster, I'm definitely wanting to tech in somewhere because you just get to play a tamer off it. So
Oh,
and then
definitely.
Armor Digimon don't stand a chance.
As long as they
Probably
don't
like
use that golden armor showering rain or whatever it is, the one that says you can't minus DP.
I mean, yeah, but I'm trying to work on a deck that's not this one that works with emergency program shutdown for them, just so it works. Yeah, there's a lot of decks I've been trying to think of that run white things just so I can chuck that card in because I used to play Jessamon and that card was just so good. It won me a store championship, so I could get a Gallantmon, and yeah. Although might try to make a Gallantmon version of this for EX2, mainly because the recovery is good enough, but then Red has that problem of it's not fast enough half the time, but it does big checks.
Yeah, I mean, I had a list working on where it was where you would use like BT BT02's Gallantmon with the Warp Guillemon with the Gigimon as the red variant into it. That was just for EX2's thought process, and then you would spice in the Crimson mode, and then use Staccatos as the red tamer source that would gain you more memory because all you have to do is pop something, and that was very easy in this list.
Yeah, I mean, in a list I'm working on at the moment, because obviously we don't have EX2 yet, I'm probably going to run two Susanas, and then one Crimson in it because of the Takato, and probably three of the BT2 Gallantmons, and then either 2 or 3 of Fanimons, because this thing's great. When it dies, it just brings something back. But then most of the time, you verse Impildramon that just bounce it back to your hand. So it's like, you don't need more, because it's just going to send it back to you to just go back and recover.
Yeah, that's really the problem sometimes at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But
I mean, one of my friends was playing Yellow Hybrid today, and he versed the guy that I had just versed with Impildramon. And he was just talking about my deck, saying how much he hated it. I was like, well, they didn't see it coming. Everyone keeps wanting Impildramon to be the best, but I mean, no one's prepared for this really, except, well, Red Hybrid, because they can just go through all the options, unless you can somehow manage to get a Susana or something big enough in your security for them.
Yeah, that's all you have to pray for, is that at that point you're like, okay, don't kill me.
Yeah, it's like a race against the clock almost, where you need to get these 3 cards straight up, evolve and swing turn 2 at them, take out 3, and then hope to God you can just retaliate against them before that by playing the Zoe's, Digivolve Zephyrmon, maybe Digivolve 3 of them together, just so it's overprotective of your security. And hope, well, this or this are in your security.
Oh, definitely. So,
I mean, a couple of times I had people swing into this, which is funny. A Yellow Hybrid kept saying to me, "Oh, how are you supposed to get your red pieces out? I mean, doesn't the TK brick you in the red in there?" And then Zoe just grabbed each piece out, replacing it with options, and then they didn't realize till halfway through when I used it, I could take the ancient. And they're like, "It can take it." I'm like, "Yep, it doesn't have a color specification on it.
It's just a hybrid or an ancient." It's like,
yep.
And that's the moment he knew he fucked up.
Yep, too late in the game while I was just keeping it there for an extra layer to delete something. I was like, maybe I should just swing now. Okay, I'll take it. Wyvern's Breath is a pain though, unless you Atomic Blaster and a Gooden and swing, but that's about it.
Yeah, but with the Aldermon that you're trying to tech in, I think that'll just fix up that issue.
Yeah, I mean, it'll just be a floater card, but because this Chimera, it'll help a lot. You basically just need to either suicide it or evolve it up from the Agumon.
Yeah.
And then you get 4 checks, not bad, and then 2 hybrids to finish the game off.
Yep. And even if you didn't even have a way of Jogressing at the time, Chimeramon can still pull it from the trash. So
yeah, exactly. I can just pull it out with it being by itself. Atomic Inferno, especially if I have 2 more of these in my hand, and just swing. If it dies, it dies, and then I just bring it back. Go for extra checks. They recover. They don't see it coming.
Yep, and they're at a wall stance that they just can't stop. So, Sean, this was fantastic having you up on the channel, dude. I'm glad that this list definitely got you the W's you needed, and hopefully you continue to have success in the future. And hopefully, guys, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you in the next video.